things is assured. Yeah, perfect outcome to all things is assured. Yeah, I'm getting stronger every day because my faith leads the way. A perfect outcome to all things is assured. In every situation, there's a blessing somewhere. Come gather, brothers and sisters, and we'll see that it is there. Ooh, I need you, you need me. Yes, you do. And that's why our happiness is guaranteed. Take it, boys.
And now, in all your doings, be you blessed. Through you is ushered in a world unseen, unheard, yet truly there. Holy are you, and in your light, the world reflects your holiness. For you are not alone and friendless. I give thanks for you, and join your efforts on behalf of God, knowing that they are on my behalf as well, and for all those who walk to God with us. Walk to God!
A perfect outcome to all things is assured. A perfect outcome to all things is assured. I'm getting stronger every day because my faith leads the way. A perfect outcome to all things is assured. A perfect outcome to all things, yeah, is assured.
All righty.
Keep
We doggies.
going.
I know.
Hi, everybody.
I know. How's your
Wow.
Sunday?
Cheers. Cheers to everyone. Wow.
Here's to the road with you, where I get to hold your hand as we walk to God together, right?
Exactly.
You know, I need you.
And
you need me.
And that's why our happiness is guaranteed.
So we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight. She ends this lesson with, you're going to be happy.
Oh, cool.
Like it or not, you are going to be happy. You
That's
can make this.
such a
You can make this a
comfort.
long journey or a short journey, but your happiness
Is
is guaranteed. You know, so we're going to
Wow.
talk a little bit about that today because we're winding up the year. We're,
Yeah.
gosh, we are actually. We're
What's
on
the-
what lesson are we on?
Yeah, I was going to say, well, in the workbook, we're on lesson 343, right? Is that
Well,
today?
we're on. I think 345 is the what.
Oh, yes, it is 345 because I have a special song later on. 345, we're going to do the lessons here in a second, but it's such a gift, you know, to be here all day with you. And
I know.
to hear what people are sharing and just to resonate with you and know that we are family. Wow. You know, I mean, seriously, this has been such a big week of growth and change for both me and Glen, and I started a new project which has just been filling me with love and light, and the reason I think I've been able to receive such blessings is because you guys here have really helped. You know, you've really helped open me up, you know.
You've helped me change my story so
Yes.
that I can
So
see
yes.
reality in
Right.
more of what is true in the world because
And
I've able to
so,
let go.
and I think maybe I said this last week, but I just can't hold on to the old story that, you know, I'm misunderstood and nobody cares and you know, I can't have, you know, the life I want and all of that. I can't hold on to that anymore.
My default setting used to be everybody hates me. or I'm too difficult to like. How's that? Would be the more subtle version that I do it. I'm not quite as, you know, it's too difficult to like me. Just
It's
takes
not
too
too
much.
difficult for me to like it.
I know. So we became two peas in a pod because we both discovered that we kind of had the both like little taglines. We like so
Yeah.
we both had to crawl out of this or been led out by the light and the attractiveness of a practice community, what we call like our practice community. You've helped me practice the truth
Yeah.
so I could live it and give it away, right? That's what we're all about. What's the thing you want to do? What's the thing you want to do most of the world? I assure you, it is give yourself away.
Yeah.
In whatever whatever skill that you are passionate about, it'll be about giving the love of God away and being the presence of reality.
Well, and you know, I didn't even really. I mean, we've said that a lot before, and it's just now really becoming a reality that giving and receiving are the same thing.
Turns out.
Hey, George.
Hey, George.
Yay.
Giving and receiving. Speaking of George, giving and receiving are the same thing.
George is blessing us with
I know.
himself. Thank you so much. Yes. Well, let's do our sing-along.
We haven't done this one in a bit.
We haven't done this one in a bit, and I'm happy to bring it back. Oh, I had
But it
my
goes with
little-
the lesson today.
It sure does. Hold on just one second.
Did you lose your pick?
I did.
There's accoutrement.
There is.
I know.
I'm so excited about this whole evening. We're
I
gonna
know.
have lots of
We've
fun.
been practicing and practicing and practicing, haven't we?
Well, yeah, I've got some songs to share, but you know, for later. But now we're gonna do an old favorite that I know you
know this one. You can sing along. You gonna sing along?
Here we go. Let things be.
I let things be
Exactly as they are.
exactly as they are.
You can't change me.
You can't change me,
And you can't change
and you can't change God.
Let things be.
I let things be
Exactly as they are.
exactly as they are.
And you and me.
And you and me
We'll live in peace.
we live in peace.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know
what anything is for.
what anything is for
Unless I listen to.
unless I listen to
That still small voice.
I have a still small voice.
Telling me.
It's telling me
This simple truth.
this simple truth.
That everything.
Everything.
Is for my
Everything
good.
is for my good.
So let things be.
I let things be
Exactly as they are.
exactly as they are.
You can't change me.
You can't change me,
And you can't change.
and you can't change God.
Let things be.
I let things be
Exactly as they are.
exactly as they are.
And you and me.
And you and me
We'll live in peace.
will live in peace.
I'm not this body.
I'm not this body.
that you see.
I'm not this body that you see.
I know, but I love my body.
I like it too.
I am as God.
I am as God.
Created me.
She created me.
We are all.
And we are all
one family.
one family.
And it's possible.
Yes, it's possible.
To live in
It's possible to live in
peace.
peace. Let's bring it home.
So let things be.
I let things be
Exactly as they are.
exactly as they are.
You can't change me.
You can't change me. You ready?
Change God.
'Cause you can't change God.
Let things be.
I let things be
Exactly as they are.
exactly as they are.
And you and me.
And you and me
We'll live in peace.
we live in peace. Alrighty, thank you, ladies. Thank you, boys and girls.
I
Gonna be
love
passing
that.
out graham crackers and little containers of Kool-Aid a little bit later.
Oh, well, yeah, no, it's just fun, right? It goes back to
That's
an
the memory that it
innocent
brings up
time.
for me.
Yeah,
You know?
the classics.
The
the
classics, right? I
Yeah.
feel like I'm sitting on one of those little tiny chairs, you know, around a little tiny table
Aw.
with a little cup of juice and a graham cracker. Glad you're here.
Ah, Oh, that's so cute. I just
But,
love that song.
Did you know that you could read the Course in Miracles every year if
Yes.
you read
I think
12.8
they
pages
do
a
know
week?
that. Yes, I think they
Well,
do
if
know
you
that.
did you know that the lessons track with the text?
The workbook lessons, yeah, they
Track
do.
with the text.
And it's been very, very interesting to this year. I've been paying more attention to that.
I know.
How they do track with the text. And so we're going to go back
A few days.
a couple of days. 2 days,
2 days ago.
Before today, 2 days ago.
She begins talking about this theme again, and the lessons get a little bit wordy. They start to get a little bit wordier now because we're on lesson 340, 343, 334, 345. So we only have 20 more days left.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We only have like 20 more days. So we're going to be enlightened in 20 days, right? We're going to be completely done. Our minds are going to be opened up to God. We're going to become one with the oneness. That's what happens every 365 days, right?
Well, we already are.
Already are.
What we what we find out is that we already are.
Yeah, that's the understanding. So the lessons build on each other. We start out with these concepts. In fact, we're doubling back on a concept that she introduced in the first month of the lessons.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that is what is yours to do.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know, it's like,
okay.
what do you want? What are you about? How do you determine what is yours to do? And that's where she begins to talk about trust and you begin to change your identity about who you are. Well, we revisit that whole idea again. And so what is it yours to do? Okay? And it's a lot of giving ourselves away. It's a lot of being in society. It's being in your body and not of your body, or like being in the world and not of the world. These things distract us from who we are and the expression of who we are. Okay? And so lesson 343 says, I am not asked to make a sacrifice to find the mercy and the peace of God. Okay, she's speaking directly to a paradigm that we think the only way we get something or learn something is through losing something.
Yeah. And
okay?
the first
that
line
paradigm
is so
has
good.
to be overturned in our own thinking.
Yeah, the first line is so good. The end of suffering cannot be loss.
Right.
The gift of everything can be but gain. I love how she does the be but thing. But the gift of everything can be but gain. You only give, you never take away. Wow.
So what would your life look like if you were only giving? Now, we only ever do give. So the question becomes, what am I giving?
Yes, exactly. It does become that.
Shirley goes, oh, my job is a little bit, my thing, my raison d'etre for being here is a little bit more than, than this one little narrow area that I think it's in. Like being a carpenter or a mother or an accountant or whatever it is.
Well,
it might be more than that.
I give. Oh, let's see.
give.
The mercy and the peace of God are
Free.
Salvation has no cost. It is a gift that must be freely given and received.
Right.
And it is this that we would learn today.
It's not transactional.
Right.
And you don't have to earn it. Right. You don't have to be good enough for it. It's not means tested. Go to the next lesson.
Well, I am, but I just want to comment because this is really out picturing in my life. I'm
I think so.
giving and receiving, and in a way that has never happened, that I've never noticed before, and it's in the area of the world of entertainment and stuff, and it's just really like, wow, I have attracted and surrounded myself with loving, giving people working on this amazing project together, that the connection just keeps growing and growing and growing, just like being in here, and the connection with you guys keeps growing and growing and growing. It's like, wow, this can be my whole life. You know what I mean? Like I can do this all the time.
It isn't compartmentalized.
Just,
right?
not just on Sunday or
Right.
something. Yeah. Anyway.
So,
the next lesson is 344.
Okay.
Today I learned the law of love, that what I give my brother is my gift to me.
Okay, so that's a real clue about what you want to give away. That's a real clue about the attitude and the intent that we could bring to our awareness, to all of our attention we get. Today I learned the law of love. She says this is the law of love,
Yeah.
That what I give my
brother is my gift to me.
Okay, that's also, people say that karma, right? People also say you give what you get. Right, you only bring to the party what you have. Right, that's just over and over. We understand this concept, but we don't actually often apply it in all areas of our life. I learn the law of love, that what I give my brother, what I give the world, what I give away, I'm giving to me.
Yeah.
Right. This is your law. This is the law. This is the way that society and the world works, and this is how I hurt myself. This is how I accept the love of God. This is how I give myself away. This is how I learn. Okay.
Yet he whom I forgive will give me gifts beyond the worth of anything on earth.
She's addressing the transactional mind that we live in the Western world. We have a transactional mind, tit for tat, give to take, and all of this. Right.
Listen to this. How near we are to one another as we go to God. How near He is to us. How close the ending of the dream of sin and the redemption of the Son of God.
Right. 2 weeks ago, we talked about the little bridge. How easy or how much easier it is to change your mind than we think it is. Right.
Yeah. So that's so cool.
So go to the next one.
Yeah. This is today, I believe.
This is today.
Oh yeah, it is, because I have a song about this later on Sounds of Awakening. So stay tuned. Lesson 345. I offer only miracles today, for I would have them be returned to me.
Okay, so reality. Reality. Remember the she says earlier in the course, this is why we revisit this idea. In the very first time, she goes, miracles are natural. Miracles are your natural inheritance. It's miracles are reality. And the way that we begin to understand that, with course is beginning to, with these stacking these ideas, is that it's always been this way, and only our perception of it is what we're learning to let go of. We don't have to accept reality. It doesn't matter whether we accept it or not. It doesn't change anything. Like our understanding isn't a powerful contribution to the truth. What we have to do is look at our own ignorance, look at our own desire for suffering, look at our own, this is real. It says reality isn't frightening. Right. I offer miracles today. I offer the world. I offer what is. I offer the love of what is today, because that's what I want to experience. Right.
Well, not even because, and my thing is not even because, like, I offer miracles, I just offer miracles, And
it's what we naturally do.
Yeah, it's just what we naturally do, and I'm not expecting anything in return. But they are returned. But listen to this. Peace to all seeking hearts today. The light has come to offer miracles to bless the tired world.
God, isn't the world tired? Oh, God, the world is so tired. Are you tired? We're all tired.
No, we're not all tired. We actually are in peace, in a peaceful heart. We
could be.
We are. That's where we actually are. That's where we actually live. So once again, peace to all seeking hearts today. The light has come to offer miracles to bless the tired world. It will find rest today, for we will offer what we have received. We've already received this. Yeah, we already have this light, and we already have this peace.
There's a group called the Peace Family, and they have a song called "Peace to All, Love to All."
Yes, light to all.
Light to all. So that we love. I'm sure you. I'm sure you might know it if you're.
Well, I wonder if Santa does. Yeah.
Peace to the Peace Family. Peace to all.
Do you know the
Love
Peace Family,
all,
Santa? It's
light
gorgeous.
To all.
Yeah. It's really gorgeous. Yeah,
the Peace Family.
Yeah. Ooh, I would love to have them on Sounds of Awakening.
We'll have Snotnam Car and the Guru Ganesha Band.
That'd be fun. So, so you want to do tomorrow's lesson?
Yeah, do tomorrow.
Okay, so tomorrow's lesson is: today the peace of God envelops me, and I forget all things except His love.
Right, so you only really want to deal with reality. That's the only thing that's going to satisfy you. Love. Like what we talk about here is what is real, what is unreal, And in between the two, if you can discern that, the result is the peace of God. Herein lies the peace of God.
Herein lies the peace of God for sure. Listen to this first line. This is wonderful. For tomorrow. And what a wonderful way to start your day. Listen, this is beautiful. Father, I wake today with miracles correcting my perception of all things, and so begins the day I share with you, as I will share eternity, for time has stepped aside today. I do not seek the things of time, and so I will not look upon them. Oh, just wow.
And Regina says this all the time.
Oh, wow. That's so cool.
Interact with what is real, not with your own thinking, right? The thinking mind.
I love that. How about let's all wake every morning with miracles correcting our perception of all things. That's a great way to start the day. Yeah. I love that.
All right. Bring us into the
let's do some breathing and
get centered here.
Bell ringing, which I love to do. And then actually Glen is going to play after this little meditation moment. Glen's going to play I Can See Peace Instead of Pain, my song. Sometimes we use it as a intro, parts of the song, to Herein Lies the Peace of God, but I don't play it too often, the whole thing, and I really felt like today that I wanted to share that song and let you hear.
You recognize it as the theme for Herein Lies the Peace of God.
Yeah. And Arizona has joined us.
Yay!
Hey, Arizona!
Miss Z in the house. Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia.
Hey, we're so happy to see you,
We're so happy to see you.
All right, let's get centered here. Today, this moment, together, we are creating a circle of love. This amazing, beautiful, unconditional circle of love that includes everything that we like and everything that we do not like. Oh, what a profound understanding. Everything is here for our learning. Everything is here for our expansion and growth, and to our reminder that we have this peace within us already. It is who we are. It is the depth of who we are. We are this unconditional love, and we are this peace. I celebrate this today with you. Blessed be. And so it is. Sometimes my heart is heavy laden. My mind is filled with guilt and shame.
of pain. God is my loving mother, father, who blesses me time and again. Most of the time, I just don't see it. I could see peace instead of pain. And everything that happens to me works together for my good. If I can see the good in all things, I could see peace instead of pain. I know that I am forgiven as I forgive those who curse my name. Forgiveness comes with how I see things. I could see peace instead of pain. Sing glory, glory, hallelujah. How wonderful thy holy name. Now I can see with God's own vision, and I see peace instead of pain. Yes, I see peace instead of pain. I can see peace instead of pain. Amen.
Stop. No, stop. Stop.
Oh, there we go.
I love that. It's another walking thing.
Yeah, that feels good. That feels good. I wanted to share that today.
I think there are only two key changes in that one. We were having fun the other day. We're doing that Botticelli thing. Key change.
Oh, music can really speak to you.
I know. And
It can.
well, we're on we're on chapter I think 29, 28, 30.
Chapter 30.
We're on chapter 30. There are only 31 chapters in A Course in Miracles. Chapter 31 is about developing your practice. Is about regular, everyday, what you're developing, what you're going to do in your practice. Well, chapter 30 is called the New Beginning. Now, after we've learned what we've learned, right? We've gone to the mountain. Like the first half of Course in Miracles is really leading us to the discovery of an inner voice, an inner trust. We begin to change our identity, and we have something that we want to give away to the world. Now, it starts out with something specific, like I want to cook, or I want to be an accountant, or I want to do this in the world. I have endless energy for plants, or whatever it is. But we come around and we start to begin to work, and then the way the Course works, and we go back into the community. We go into the community. We go into the world, back into the world. We discover ourselves into the world, and we have to be in the world as a new thing, like to be reborn, right? So, and we learn to work. We learn to give ourselves away effectively. We learn to work with groups and work with others that are walking to God with us. She says this over and over and over again. Take my hand. We're going home. Right? She says this over and over. The Course says this over and over and over again. So at this point in the Course in Miracles, we have had our rest. We have learned things. We have reset ourselves and like say, okay. And chapter 30 is this, the way she says, she goes, you will be walking around with this attitude. This is the attitude or the orientation or the intent that you need to be developing to walk around in. So one of the things that she wants wants us to revisit is the idea of idols. We've been talking about idols for a little bit here, but we're talking about the ways in which individually, because this is very individualized, the ways in which we don't want to join, the ways in which we're not effective. So the practice, she's going to lead this into next month, but so the idea becomes we are able to see where we're not in integrity. We're able to see the blocks, and that becomes our orientation, to see what isn't working, to see what is not a miracle. Yeah. We're so focused on miracles that what isn't a miracle, what isn't real, is shown up for us very, very, very clear. And then what do you do with that? Well, the way we talk about it here is you're with it. It doesn't need to be done anything. We're let it pass through us. Right? So this is the new beginnings. This chapter. This is section 5. It's called The Truth Behind Illusions. Now, the illusions are there for a reason. We're creating the illusions. So what are we covering up when we prefer illusions?
Ooh, that's a good one. Oh, you know what? Like uncovering this week, I sort of saw that there was hidden trauma.
Yep.
That I hadn't seen before.
And what you'll find out is that you're on a healing journey.
Yeah.
Right. You'll find out that your whole orientation is about undoing what you thought was real. It's this undoing process that is called, I call it the process of awakening together. It's why it's awakening together, because we do this in community. We do this in practice, So let's take a look. There's there's 8 paragraphs here, but they're really packed. And she wants to talk about what is behind an illusion and how we can use this idea in order to discover where we're not participating with reality.
And these 8 paragraphs say some of the most wonderful things. I don't know, maybe it's just me.
Our Wednesday night went over because we just could not stop talking. We talked a lot about this. You'll see why.
Well, it's just so great. Okay, so the first paragraph starts like this. You will attack what does not satisfy, and thus you will not see you made it up. I just love that. You will attack what does not satisfy, and thus you will not see you made it up. You always fight illusions, for the truth behind them is so lovely and so still in loving gentleness. Were you aware of it, you would forget defensiveness entirely and rush to its embrace. You attack illusions for the things you think they represent.
Oh, like we're only ever mad at our thinking? Did you hear that? And did you hear that she repurposed and rephrased something that she said before?
Defensiveness.
If you knew the fear that gift would bring, you would rush. You
knew the gift that fear would bring.
You would rush to its embrace. And she uses defensiveness in the same sort of sentence. So she revisits that idea, and she says fear, defensiveness. She's putting these ideas together in our head. This is really very, very clearly, and I'm sure you get this, a dissatisfaction with reality. You only get this, this only happens if you're just dissatisfied with reality. You cannot let things be as they are, right? So this defensiveness is the response to illusion. You can, if you're defensive, you're engaging with an illusion. It's that kind of catching yourself, that kind of, ooh, I'm mad, I must be wrong. kind of idea. So this defensiveness is a response to an illusion. Or sometimes we say around here, it's the response to a belief. And so if we knew it, we wouldn't be afraid of this. We would run toward it. We go, oh, there's something to discover here.
Yeah.
I've carved this out of myself and rejected it out of myself, bringing it back, integrating it back in, or accepting that it is, part of God's plan is actually healing. The gift is a more complete, full on, like me in the world, right? There's no, so this, and we only ever, she makes this very clear, we only ever attack the symbols of our fear, because fear isn't real, it only has symbols. We attack the symbols of our fear out in the world. This is part of that projection process, remember?
Yeah.
So the truth is, grounding, we need to be grounded in what is.
What is.
Because what is can't be attacked, right? That's where you're safe. That what I was just like, oh, I want to be with what is real, and that way, I have my safety is assured, right? So read this next bit. So she wants to get to this point. We are working with our safety. We use defensiveness to try to keep safety, but if we're already safe, we're finding out where we're engaging in our own suffering.
Yeah. So if we're in that defensive thing, I mean, we're already safe, so we don't have to do that.
So what would you act? How would you act differently if you knew you were already safe? Defensiveness becomes a farce. So read this next paragraph.
I love that, and I do see us here in the sanctuary, different people's, doing this, talking about how they are, how they do run to face their, illusions and their fears. Lots of brave people in here, yes, and we're doing that together. It's really cool. I see that.
You can watch it real time in Shauna's self-inquiry. You can watch it
in
real time in the lesson. You can watch it real time in discovering the teachings. You can watch it. There's a very good model.
Lights come on in our faces. Okay, so the next thing is the wearying, dissatisfying gods you made are blown up children's toys. And you are afraid because you thought the rules protected you? Is that what? Yeah, okay. So you can laugh at popping heads and squeaking toys, as does the child who learns they are no threat to him.
Okay. So she does this. This is 2 paragraphs, and she makes the metaphor of, if you remember when you were a little kid and you had a Jack-in-the-Box. Yeah. Or you had a bear, a little stuffed animal that squeaked.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, this isn't supposed, this is just a box, until you learn that it's also a Jack-in-the-Box. And so you're literally doing this to scare yourself, right? You're going to the box and doing the thing, and then you pop it up and it goes, ah!
Because it's fun.
Because it's, because it's an experience. So she says what we do in the world is like this. When we were kids, when we were children, we're babies, and we turn these ideas, these toys, into gods. We turn them into things that can't be understood, and we can't know. So it's like we pretend that we're not the one cranking the child box anymore, that somebody else is. And we think that we can make up rules in order to make us be safe. And you can't. The only safety you have is reality.
Yeah. Right?
And so she makes this elaborate metaphor about being afraid of toys. So I want to really emphasize this, because this was so fun on Wednesday. What does the Course say about our bodies?
I'm not a body. I am free.
But she says that we're learning devices.
Oh, learning devices. Right. Yeah.
That our body is a learning device.
Yeah.
Right. What's the meta understanding of what the material world is? Also, our bodies.
Our body. Yeah.
Right. Because we're all one. So all material existence is one body, one life, one body. All this. Right. So all of it are learning devices. These are all toys.
Yes.
all of the material world, all the books,
Yeah.
all the experiences, all the things are toys. Wow. And not God's. Material world does not have control over us. And we can make up control of, we can like hide the mechanism from ourselves and say that I'm not doing it, promise, with hands behind my back, right? Cranking the thing, not scaring myself. So that's where, because that is what the world is. You can laugh at popping heads and squeaking toys. Okay, so we use the world to frighten ourselves.
Right.
So she's asking you to just be onto yourself and become aware of the rules of the world that you're making. You're making the rules. You're making it up, right? What is real? What is unreal? Because if you can do that, herein, what is real? Herein lies the peace of God. That's who we are. That's the experience that satisfies. That's the only thing that satisfies. So the reminder here is, of course, that we're making the rules and we're enforcing the rules. So the meta on top of all of that, the way we see it in society, we see the way that the illusion, we see these toys that are turned into gods, like war, poverty, and all these things. So who's threatening who? She wants us to like we were saying in the lessons. What do I give to the world? I am giving to myself. What that is an understanding of what the world is for and what is actually happening. It is a reflection of our beliefs. It is the body of learning devices that we get to play with because we're art. So we're enforcing the rules. And so this begs the question. At this point in the course, it says, what rules do you have for the world? What do you say the rules of the world are? Well, a lot of, for me, I think cars shouldn't be able to park in crosswalks. That's been my thing. That is definitely against the rules, right? There should be consequences for people who block this. So examine the ways that the rules you've made for the world are making you suffer. Are contributing to our own suffering.
That was interesting. The rules you made for the world are causing you to suffer. It has to be this way or that way or whatever. That's like the whole control.
I'm arguing with my thinking. I'm only ever mad that they aren't paying, So we're using the world to frighten ourselves when we could be learning from the world. Right. So, and each other.
That's a good one.
And helping. So read this.
That's really a good one. Okay, reality observes the laws of God and not the rules you set. Okay,
comforting. It should be comforting.
Yeah, I had forgotten that line. I love that. Reality observes the laws of God and not the rules you set.
Not the ones you're making up.
I love it. It is His laws that guarantee your safety. All illusions that you believe about yourself obey no law.
Oh my God. I know.
Obey no laws. They are but toys, my child, so do not grieve for them. They must be neither cherished nor attacked. Wow, this is
this is what we got. This is where we.
This is a really good conversation right here. They must be neither cherished nor attacked, but merely looked upon as children's toys without a single meaning of their own.
And that can be hard. That can be, because we talked about last week about mourning our idols, right? Because when you grow up and you learn something different and you grow and change, you kind of have, I have, I'll talk about you, but I had to mourn who I thought I was. I had to mourn releasing the story of being, this guy or that guy. I had to let go of the story. And so the identity that I had wrapped up in that story, in my own ignorance, I had to mourn. So that she says, I know that when you see these toys that you've made into gods, these stuff that you're supposed to be learning become tyrants over you. And you see it, you might and you will probably mourn a bit for your own, out of your own ignorance, the suffering that you've caused yourself and others, you know, and you begin to see it and take responsibility for it. But she says that's a beginning, a middle, and an end. Real often, we cherish the hurt.
Yeah.
We cherish. We make we make another story about healing. We make another story about, you know, I can't have, or I'm not there yet. We cherish it and continue the mourning process,
right?
Instead of finally letting it go.
Releasing
we
it,
just
yeah.
change the narrative a little bit. She wants you to be onto yourself about that.
Yeah.
Not to cherish your ignorance.
Yeah.
Or attack your own ignorance.
Right.
Or someone else's.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. See that? Yes. That's hard, isn't it? For me.
Yeah.
I mean.
So reality is supposed to be safe.
Right.
She says it's guaranteed. Reality is you're safe in reality, and that's guaranteed. Right. It's my thinking, and it's my judgments, and it's my preferences for something that isn't reality that I need to catch myself, like heading toward, like leaving the moment to go pursue something that's not going to be satisfying. So we realize that we keep changing, and how we change changes the way that we interact with the world.
Yeah.
So our lives begin to have different experiences. So the offer on hand is work with what is, and don't work with illusions. Have your feelings, like mourn or whatever it is. Have your feelings, but just don't act on them. Don't give them your attention as much as you possibly can.
I don't know. I feel this is pertinent
It's
to
so
share.
practical.
I want to say. So yesterday I was on the subway, and if you've ever ridden the New York subway, you know you meet all kinds of people or whatever. You know, it's kind of crazy and fun sometimes. And so anyway, this woman came in at a stop, and she was just cussing up a store. She was cussing at everybody, calling them all kinds of names and this, that, and the other. And she came up to this young man that was sitting next to me, and she demanded that he give her his seat. And he wouldn't give her his seat. So she cussed him out like you would not believe. She had a tantrum. And so I was just sitting there going, oh, okay, you can have my seat, you know. So I stood up and gave her my seat, and she dropped the whole thing, and she said, thank you, sweetie, that's very nice of you. And then she went back into her rage and started cussing out everybody in the train. And I just thought, wow,
you can turn a toy into a god.
Yes, what an interesting perspective.
Insist that it's a certain way.
Yeah.
Even when the story is completely changed and it's not what you thought it was,
she got what she wanted,
but
it was still not enough.
Yeah. So my thinking and my judging and my preference for something that isn't reality is how I need to be onto myself with. So we realize that we keep changing, and we keep changing how the world works. Right. And so that changes our interaction with the world and our experiences, and we begin to only work with reality or what is. You know, this is chapter 30.
Yeah,
she wants you to be on to yourself a little.
Yeah.
You know? So the recommendation here is just catch yourself when you're making something, when you're cherishing something or making something, your hurt or your story or your this tragedy or your ignorance or whatever it is, something's tragic and special, you know? Or think that it should be destroyed and attacked or whatever like that. Just be wary of yourself. So the reminder is that they're toys.
Yeah.
These experiences, are toys in the world. These thoughts are toys in the world. They're helping us learn and mature. So these are our learning tools. Yeah. So there's this attitude of gratitude. We're going to be talking about later on. Herein lies the peace of God. Yeah, yeah. Stick around for chapter 18. Yeah. So read the next bit.
Okay. Appearances deceive because they are appearances and not reality. Did you get that one? Appearances deceive because they are appearances and not reality. Do not attack what you have made to let you be deceived, for thus you prove that you have been deceived. Attack has power to make illusions real. Look calmly at its toys. That's where I was yesterday when that woman
So
was
go.
yelling. Look calmly at its toys and understand that they are idols which but dance to vain desires. Your one mistake would be that you would think them real.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're working with appearances. We're working with symbols. Let go. Let go of making and efforting, and watch the dance of vain desires. Right. That's a lovely title. The Dance of Vain Desires. So we need no defense against delusion. We don't need a defense against what doesn't work. The request is just don't give them any attention. Keep going.
Appearances can but deceive the mind that wants to be deceived.
That's something to know.
Appearances can but deceive the mind that wants to be deceived.
We want it.
You need not concern yourself with how this will be done, for this you cannot understand.
Woo!
But you will understand that mighty changes have been quickly brought about when you decide one very simple thing. You do not want whatever you believe an idol gives.
That's huge.
That is huge.
You don't want the illusion. Now, you're creating the illusion because you want it. Now, the realization that you don't actually want it can be huge.
Yeah.
The skill is recognizing your own idols.
Right.
Be on to yourself.
Right.
Realize that what is yours to do is to see and act on only what is real. Well, she gives you some really good news. She says, you know how to do this. It's natural for you. You do know how to do this. But I guarantee you that you cannot understand it because you don't have all perspectives, right? So the promise is there will be changes, and you want these changes. You're growing up, and the changes happen because of your perspective changes. And she says, and a reminder here, that your perfect happiness is guaranteed.
A perfect outcome.
So read this last two bits, and we're going to wrap it up.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Salvation is a paradox
indeed.
indeed. What could it be except a happy dream? It asks you to forgive all things that no one ever did, to overlook what is not there, and not to look upon the unreal as reality. It asks you to forgive all things that no one ever did, to overlook what is not there, and not to look upon the unreal.
There's a reason why this isn't
as
chapter
reality.
2, this is chapter 30.
Yeah. Here does the dream of separation start to fade and disappear, for here the gap that is not there begins to be perceived without the toys of terror you have made.
Toys of terror! The toys
No
of terror.
more than this is asked. Be glad indeed. Salvation asks so little, not so much.
I know, the toys of terror. Don't you love that? The dance of vain dreams.
Chucky!
I know, she's got a quite so turning what she's asking us to do is be onto yourself. To stop trying to manage the world and manage what is yours to do instead. We turned our lives into projects for managing the world. There aren't a million things going on here. There really only is one. Because it's one thing happening. Let go of the dreaming, she says. And the way we talk about it here is let go of all this let go of the thinking and believing you're thinking. Let go of the I know mind that says I know what meaning is, and I know what purpose is for all life and all things. We have that mind. It's called the ego. She talked about it early, a great homily today.
Yeah.
So the promise is to find yourself. To look within, listen to the voice that likes you. There's all kinds of methods for that. And chapter 31 is about those methods. But she says, like we've been saying in these lessons, you will realize that you are only ever giving to yourself. Like what the lessons are saying. I give what I receive. Giving and receiving are one. My skills and what I want in the world is what I want for you. Because I want it for me. Because giving and sharing myself with you is actually giving it to me. I can only give away myself to myself. And whether I'm acting well or poorly, I'm only ever giving to myself. And I want to say, I'm really grateful for you to be here. My name is Reverend Glen Ganaway, your favorite anarchist preacher. And this is the love of my life, the Reverend Yolanda. And you're listening to the Mighty Companions Hour at awakeningtogether.org.
We are. So, hey, Sean.
Yay!
Shauna's here.
Oh, no.
We're gonna take you out with just a bit of this song, because it's a long song, but it's a classic. Today on our Mighty Companions program, we're playing the classics. But tonight, if you come to Sounds of Awakening, I'm gonna share some new things for you. But I wanted to share this because I thought it went with the lesson. Step Back.
The road lies before me. The path leads to home. On this road I travel, never more to roam. And the goddess, she walks with me. God walks with me. Her hand in mine. And though I may falter, I won't be left behind. I surely will falter, but I won't be left behind. And so I will step back, step back, step back, and let God lead the way. And so I will step back, step back, step back, and let God lead the way. My brother walks with me, and my sister too. All of us seeking to live in the truth. Sometimes we are troubled. We forget who we are, but we're brighter than glory, and heaven is ours. We shine bright as glory, and heaven is ours. And so I will step back, step back, step back, and let God lead the way. And so I will step back, step back, step back, and let God lead the way. Sing hallelujah, sing hallelujah, sing our greatest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our greatest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We were born to make manifest the glory of God within us, not just in some of us, but in each and every one of us. Yes. And as we liberate ourselves from our fears, our very presence will automatically liberate others. So sing hallelujah with me, folks, because we're brighter than glory. And heaven is ours. Here we go. We're going to sing hallelujah. Yes. A one, a two, a sing hallelujah. Sing and so I will step by step, step by step, step by, and let God lead the way.
All right.
Alrighty, y'all.
Lovely.
Thank you so much.
Glad you were here.
And we'll see you next time. Stay tuned for Herein Lies the Peace of God.
No, I know. Guest stars.
With Shauna and Glenn. All right.
All right.
Good night.
Thanks.